Hey Vault Hunters, brace yourself as Gearbox Software states that Borderlands 4 is the most ambitious game in the franchise yet and a significant next step in the evolution of the looter shooter genre. One of the ways that they are going to level up their game is by creating the most expansive skill trees we have ever seen in a Borderlands game. I'm MentalMars and let's dive into the insane possibilities that await us on Kairos. The senior product producer on Borderlands 4, Anthony Nicholson, confirmed in a Famitsu interview that they are creating the deepest and most diverse skill trees yet. Their goal is to give us players an unprecedented level to express ourselves through our builds. We can expect a broad set of options that also work well during co-op, as we can create synergies no matter which Vault Hunters we match up. And just hearing that makes me excited about what Gearbox has in store for us. The fact that Anthony mentioned synergies makes me curious, because this can mean many things. This could allow people to match up with a team healer that empowers less skilled players and together conquer challenging content. This way the game becomes more accessible for those types of players, but it also allows certain content to be more challenging for these skilled players. And I'm sure someone will find a one-shot build again, but for the folks that don't have the skill, the knowledge or time, I'm looking at you GamerDad, it's good that they can have a wingman that carries them through the game if this means more fun for them. But going back to synergies, when I hear that I would love to see additional augments that are exclusive to specific team-ups. For example, if we take Flag from Borderlands 3 and they throw out their gravity snare and you have Zane on your team. Zane's drone will then fire an airstrike at the target area. Another example would be that Amara adds her elemental damage to the zone. This allows a team to empower each other. I think not every Vault Hunter should stack onto the same action skill and create a scenario where you have 3 effects stacking on top of each other. I assume it would be overpowered if Moze also dropped a nuke on there. Therefore, each Vault Hunter should augment a different action skill on each Vault Hunter, and I believe team compositions would become a lot more interesting. It was also stated that we'll be having broad skill trees, and my brain interprets this as characters being a jack of all trades, instead of having defined classes with a classic archetype. I do think we'll be seeing multiple action skills on each character. We have seen the Brute Vault Hunter wield 2 elemental axes and perform a dash punch. The double dip assassin dude swings 2 blades and wields 2 guns. And the Siren character shoots a deadly orb and summons a Grim Reaper. I only spotted 1 action skill for our Molly 1 mechanic, and that's of course the nuclear disco ball. Initially I found it weird that we saw 2 melee characters in the Borderlands 4 reveal trailer. But if Gearbox is set on creating broad skill trees, I can see them shake up the formula where there isn't just 1 melee character like Brick or Creek, but we'll be seeing that skill set on a skill tree on all the new Vault Hunters. That way, every Vault Hunter could be the melee, companion or gunner class. This would give them a broad range of capabilities. But the Gearbox developers need to make sure they all play differently by offering them unique gameplay mechanics, because if everyone can do the same thing, no one feels special. Creative director Graham Timmons did confirm their goal is to create 4 new playable Vault Hunters that offer new gameplay experiences. Where Exton was a linear upgrade from Roland by simply improving the capabilities of his turret, they want to improve the Vault Hunters with a twist, like they did with the Soldier class in Borderlands 3, by turning that turret into a giant mech. Graham also spoke about providing a variety of abilities within each playable class. He used Amara from Borderlands 3 as an example here, as she has all these fire and forget abilities. But with Borderlands 3 the designer's cut, they gave Amara a management ability. They also want to do this with the Borderlands 4 characters, where you have these different types of skills that offer a variety of experiences and playstyles. So how does it reflect upon the skill trees? Well, if every Vault Hunter becomes a melee, companion and gunner class, then it's easy to see that reflected in the deeper skill trees, as those skills that would normally be divided over 3 skill trees could be placed into one. We have seen Gearbox expand on the skill trees with each Borderlands game, as they added a few more skills into the tree, and Borderlands 3 even added those action skill augments to the sides. Simply making the skill trees bigger with minor passive skills isn't that interesting, as it's just level scaling. Having game-changing perks that unlock or augment your abilities is much more fun and allows for more build diversity. In the previous games you could reach the capstone skill on multiple skill trees, creating a bit of an all-round build. If Gearbox adds an additional 3 tiers to each skill tree, that could allow us to double down on a specific tree, creating a defined class. Taking a character from being good in scoring critical hits to an elite sniper. Because with the release of each Borderlands game, we have seen game design move away from this character excels in SMGs to this character has these generic gun bonuses. Well, that makes sense for a general audience by not forcing them to play a certain way. A focused set of skills could provide that additional layer of build diversity for devoted players that put 1,000 hours into the game. But maybe that's just my classically trained gaming experience and that doesn't hold up these days. But what if Gearbox implemented that build preset feature that they were working on in Borderlands 3? This would allow you to easily switch up your build and maybe even on the fly. But let me know down in the comments what you think about this. And I love the comment from Jax the Notebook Guy on my Order Knight video, where he states, what if Order Knight supercharges your action skill? You can use your action skill but with this stacking mechanic on top of it that increases its effectiveness or even trigger a special augment. This could be interesting and make you think twice before firing off that fire and forget skill. And if you're thinking to yourselves what the heck is Order Knight, then I suggest you watch this video.